Hey guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kayla. I am currently in Nepal right now. I know you can't really tell from behind me. I have tried 1,000,000,001 times to do this outside so you could get a little bit of a glimpse of what it looks like, but have failed miserably for several different reasons, but that is neither here nor there. So we get to come inside. So I have been here for a little over a year working with an organization that has been doing some absolutely amazing things with the women of Nepal. And about a month ago, I stepped away from that to finish up my research here in preparation to come home. So that's kind of a little bit of a very, very, very small nutshell of why I am in Nepal right now. So this is something I have literally avoided doing for quite some time, to be honest, because I really hate this side of the camera. But after a lot of arguing with God and some pretty deep peer pressure from family and friends, I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. So this is going to begin a series of blogs for a couple different reasons. Now the purpose of these is to really just kind of talk about and share some things on my heart. And we're not going to start with this one in particular, but we are going to be going through some of the topics in my book, Rescued Royal. Now, shameless plug, if you haven't gotten it or read it, I would encourage you to do so, not just because it's my book, but because it has literally changed lives, mine included. This is a book that God himself wrote, and I honestly couldn't be more honored to have had a part in it. But if you haven't read it or gotten a copy of it, you can get it on Amazon. I have put the link in the description below. It is available on Kindle, and it's available in physical copy as well. So I won't be reading you the book word for word, but we will be going through several topics in the book that I really feel like are pertinent and important to not only my generation, but the generation coming up. A lot of what God gave me in that book are things that not only I've walked through, but things that I've healed from, and I just feel like it's an important part of our history right now. So there's that. Now this does not mean that I know it all. Sweet heavens, I do not know it all. In fact, quite opposite. I am not perfect. I am a flawed human being. I do not always get it right. None of us do. I do not always color inside the lines, and I fail often. But there is one thing that I'm not, and that is fake. I refuse to be fake. And to be quite honest with you, I may offend you at some point in time in the process of this vlog or another. But I'm okay with that, and I will explain that in just a little bit. I'll explain kind of the premise of that in a bit more in detail. But please hear my heart. Although we may have different opinion or different perspective, what I want to do and the purpose of these vlogs is literally just to share my heart and my experiences. 31 years has done a lot for me, and God has taken me through a lot, and I feel like if I don't share that, then I'm robbing you and God of the things that he created me for and the things that he's brought me through, the healing that he's brought me through. So with that being said, I just kind of want to share with you a story. I was lying in bed the other night just having this intense conversation with God, and I rolled over and I grabbed my phone and I ended up getting on Instagram. And while I was on it this time, I opened up a story of a friend of mine. Now this friend of mine is beyond amazing. She's incredible. And to be quite honest, I have a lot of those people in my life. A lot of those people that challenge me, that are inspirational, that are beyond beautiful in every way. But this particular friend, she literally lights up a room when she walks in. She has 1,000,000 friends and everybody loves her, but it's because she sees the good in everyone. But it's people like her that challenge you, that cause you to rethink your heart and your attitude, and even see things from a different perspective. So as I'm watching her and her story, a thought came to mind, is I wonder what people truly think of me. I wonder what my friends and my family think of when I walk into a room. And then I asked myself this question: what kind of legacy would I leave if I were to die tonight? And have I actually made an impact on the world? Now I know that I am not the only one that asks these questions. I know that I'm not the only one that wonders what kind of legacy I would leave or what kind of impact I've made on the world. Now, I know a lot of people. I have a lot of acquaintances. I even have a lot of friends. But the inner circle, the core of my friends, the people that I'm closest to, The people that I would call my best friends are very, very few. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I did ask this question: is the reason why I have so few friends because I am selective and careful as to who I let in my inner circle on purpose, or if it's out of fear? Out of fear of being hurt and rejected. Like, what is the actual purpose of having so few friends in my inner circle? Now, if you know me, you know that I tend to be a bit intense at times. I believe deeply and passionate about certain things in my life, and my values and my morals are deep and can be a bit intense at times. But that's just how I was wired. But because of this, I tend to scare people off sometimes, and to be quite honest, that can be a bit of a struggle for me. And it can be a bit of a struggle for these reasons: insecurity, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Now, I know that no one does this on purpose. I don't do it on purpose to other people, but these things do tend to creep up. And I know that I am not the only one that has or ever will deal with this. But there's one thing that I've learned, and it's that we have to step back to see things from a different perspective than our own. And with this, with letting God shift our perspective, it shifts even our understanding of not only who God is, but of who we are. So after spilling these questions and trying to dissect the reasoning of why I am the way that I am, God laid it out. And it wasn't so much of a correction as it was grace, and Him teaching me a little bit more about myself in a deeper way. And I just want to share this with you, because maybe you've dealt with the same thing. Asking questions about where you belong, maybe even how to live fully in who you were created to be. Or maybe you've even wondered if who you are is good enough. So this is what He said: I did not create you to be your friend. I created you to be you, to do you, and only you. You carry a joy that surpasses the ordinary. And there are so many people that love and want you. I love and want you. You carry my presence, and some cannot handle what you carry, but that is not on you. People do not back off or run away because you're too much to handle. Some people are just not in a place to receive the love that I have for them through you, but that is okay, because I have created you to break down walls and love them regardless. And so many people love you, but not everyone is going to like you, but you have to be okay with that. No, you are not perfect, and yes, there are still things that we are working on. Hurts and wounds that I am pulling out of you. But that does not mean that you are not worth loving, worth friendship, or worth pursuit. That does not mean that who I created you to be is not worth my life. In the midst of Him saying all of this, something settled in my heart. I don't have to be that person. I don't have to be my friend. I don't have to be the people that have gone before me. I have to do me. That is my job, to do me fully and completely. My friend and those other people are them on purpose, for the purpose that God created them for, period. I literally just have to do me. God has a different plan for me in my life. And to be completely honest, I was not put here to make you comfortable. I was not here to give you warm and fuzzy feelings. I wasn't even put here to make you happy. Now granted, my heart is to love and to love hard. My heart is to make you smile and to bring you face to face with love Himself. My heart is to make you happy, but not at the expense of you and your life. I was created to offend hell out of you. Now, when I talked earlier about offending you and being okay with it, that's exactly what I meant. Now, we are not created to offend people for the sake of offending people. But when it comes to offending people for the sake of Jesus and for the gospel, that's okay. Because being offended, myself included, when we are offended based on the gospel, based on Jesus, there's something that happens in our heart that causes us to actually see and hear truth, to shift our perspective, to shift the way that we think, the way that we see things, and even the way that we live life. Offense has the potential to change people when it's done in a godly way. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please ask me about it, we can talk. But I tell you all of that, I tell you that story to tell you this. You, my friend, were created beautiful. You were created to do you and no one else. There may be things that you need to work on. There are things that we all need to work on. But you are beautiful. You are worth loving. You are worth more than the job that you have, the talents that you possess, the grades that you make, or even the friends that you have. You are worth more than even you believe. Do not let anyone, yourself included, convince you of any different. You be you, and don't you dare compromise or try to conform to anyone else. I have learned that the more that we try to be someone else, the more insecure we become. But the more that you walk in who you are, the more that you begin to walk in the reality of who you were actually created to be. That changes the world. You were not created to be anyone but you. And you were created to rock the world. You can't do that being someone else. But you are amazing. You are beautiful. You are the only you that ever has been or ever will be. Do not let the world strip you of you. Don't let the world quiet you or water down all that you were created to be. So I know that this has been a little long. I will try to keep these down to a minimum, but I can't promise anything. I hope that this kind of resonated with your heart. If it did, please like it, share it, all the things. Subscribe. More of these are going to be coming. Like I said, hopefully a little bit shorter next time. But I do love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next video. Love you. Bye.